Hi friends, good morning. Myself Mr. V.R. Sanab, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department of KKR Polytechnic Nasik. Today we are going to discuss about basics of engineering material. Especially we will discuss about properties of metals, that is physical properties and mechanical properties. So more engineering components are made up of metals and alloys than of any other class of solid. But increasingly polymers and replacing metals because they offer a combination of property which are more attractive to the designer. And if you have been reading the newspaper, you will know that the news ceramics at present under development worldwide are an emerging class of engineering material which may permit more efficient heat engine, sharper knives and bearings with lower friction. The engineer can combine the best properties of this material to make composites which offer specially attractive package of properties. So next slide, that is next topic, properties of metal. So there are five properties of metal, that is physical property, then mechanical property, electrical, chemical and thermal. So we will discuss one by one. The first property, that is the physical property. The physical property of material refer to the characteristics that describe the material. These properties include, next slide, we will see the physical property. That is the melting point is there, then specific heat, then thermal expansion, thermal conductivity and density. So the first is the melting point under the physical property of metal. So a melting point is defined as the fixed or constant temperature at which pure metal or non-metals change from solid to liquid form. The melting point of a material depends on the energy required to separate its atoms. In addition, the melting point of materials such as alloys that are made up of two or more metals varies on the basis of their compositions. Zinc, lead and tin are example of materials that have a low melting points. Then aluminum alloys have a medium melting point and copper alloys have a considerably high melting point. So next, that is the specific heat, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a material by 1 degree Celsius is called the heat capacity or specific heat of the material. The specific heat of a material is the quantity of heat needed to raise the temperature of a unit mass of the substance by 1 degree Celsius. Metals have lower specific heat capacity than plastics. Therefore, they require less heat to reach a particular temperature than plastic. Then next, that is the third physical properties, that is thermal expansion. So when thermal energy is added to material, the change in its dimensional is known as a thermal expansion. So most solid material expands upon heating and contract when cooled. The change in the length with temperature for a solid material, uh, there may be there is one expression. Then next, that is a thermal conductivity. The thermal conductivity is nothing but the mode of transmission from one substance to other in the directions of fall of temperature, but the substance remains fixed at their original position. So next and last, that is the density. So density of material is nothing but the mass per unit volume of the material. So different materials have different density at the same temperature. For example, metals have higher density than ceramics. In addition, the density of materials can change with the change in temperature. Therefore, materials can have different density at different temperature. When the density of material is expressed with relation to water is known as a specific density. So density plays a significant role in determining the strength ratio, which is the ratio of the strength of material to its density. So these are the physical properties of the metal. Then we see the next, that is the mechanical properties, which determine the behavior of material when a mechanical force is applied to them. The study of mechanical properties is essential for designing the manufacturing purposes. The mechanical properties of material is shown. So there are different types of mechanical properties as strain, stress, then strain, stiffness, hardness, toughness, elasticity, ductility, malleability, then brittleness, fatigue, creep, and plasticity. So strain is measured as the deformation caused per unit length in the direction of force applied in. So strain is divided into two types, elastic and plastic. Some materials such as rubber uh, uh, return to their original shape after the force applied on them is removed. This property of material is called as elastic strain. Plastic strain results in a permanent deformation. The next, stress. When an external load is applied to a material, the material resists deforming effects. This interatomic force per unit cross-sectional area of material is referred as stress. So the stress can be again classified into different types, depends on the loads, that is tensile stress, compressive stress, shear stress, and bending stress. So tensile stress, in tensile stress, two forces pull the material in opposite direction along the plane of stress, and in composite stress, adjacent stress of material press against each other, and in case of shear stress, parts of material slide across each other, and in bending stress, that stress is caused when surfaces of material are exposed to tension and compression. For example, when metal is bent, tension stretches one surface and other surface is compressed. So next, that is the strength. Third one, the strength of material is its ability to withstand external force applied on it during a test or when it is in use. So these forces cause distortion. The resistance of this distortion is referred to as strength. So again, there are different types of strength of material, that is the tensile strength, compressive strength, and yield strength. So the tensile strength is the ability of material to resist the change caused by external force such as pulling and stretching. For example, when an object is designed to carry heavy weights such as bags, the tensile strength is considered. And the second, that is the compressive strength, is the extent to which a material can resist compressive stress without freaking. For example, bricks have high compressive strength, therefore they are used to build a chimney. Concrete also has a high compressive strength, therefore it is used for construction purpose. Then third, that is the yield strength. Strength is affected by increase in temperature. The strength of material at a particular temperature is known as a yield strength. The next property, that is the stiffness. So stiffness is the resistance of a material to elastic deformation. It is also known as a Young's modulus of elasticity. So next mechanical property, that is the hardness. So the hardness of material indicates the strength of the material to resist penetration, abrasion, and wear. So tensile strength is directly proportional to the hardness. So tensile strength increases with hardness. So next property, that is toughness. It is the ability of material to absorb sudden external pressure that exerts force. So it is measured as the energy absorbed per unit volume of material. And the next property, that is the elasticity. So it is the ability of material to return to its original shape after the applied load is removed is called as a elasticity. So next, another property, that is the ductility, is the again ability of material to resist a high amount of elastic deformation before breaking under tension. A property by which material can be drawn into a fine wire is known as the ductility. For example, copper, silver, and etc. Then another malleability is the ability of material to exhibit deformation when compressive force is applied. A property by which material can be beat into sheets is known as the malleability. Then next property, that is the brightness. It is the property of material that shows the little or no plastic deformation before fracture when a force is applied. Then next, that is fatigue. Fatigue is defined as a behavior of material when exposed to fluctuating or periodic loads. And next, that is the creep. It is the permanent plastic deformation of material when subjected to constant stress or prolonged loading, usually at a high temperature. Creep leads to the fracture in the material at static stresses. And next, that is the last, plasticity is the property of material which retains the deformations produced under the permanently, example gold and silver. So these are the properties. So thank you very much.